Welcome to Grand Canyon University's Canyon Professional Development. Today, we are going to briefly look at some tips for choosing social emotional or SEL interventions. Prior to choosing interventions, you want to ask yourself, is the goal of my intervention to prevent behaviors? Is my goal is to correct behaviors or redirect students during lessons? Have I identified a goal or a behavior that I'm hoping to work towards to increase a behavior or to decrease a behavior? If your goal is to prevent a behavior, you might consider preferential or specific seating. Now, thinking about this, ask yourself. Oftentimes, it's considered that preferential seating is putting a student front and center. However, in the past, if I've had a student that may be extremely active, maybe I have a student who struggles to stay focused, I might choose to put that student on the side of the room or towards the back of the room where they will not interrupt other students. Now, just because they're at the back of the room does not mean that they're ignored. As an instructional leader, I'm continually walking around my classroom. So just because a student is at the back of the room, this does not mean that I'm not near them. This might also offer easy access for paraprofessional support or for you to redirect a student's behavior. You might also seat the desk that you work with in students at small groups off to the side or to the back of the room. Therefore, you are not always at the front of the room, and maybe the student shouldn't be as well. You might modify assignments. Use consistent and structured transition times. Model and continually practice desired behaviors. Use visual cues or pictures. Praise students modeling desired behaviors. Use proximity and physical cues. For example, I might tap two fingers together if I wish a student to sit back down. That way I'm not disturbing or drawing attention to the student, but rather I'm giving them a subtle cue. Proximity is what I discussed when you're walking around the room. If your goal is to change behaviors during instruction, clearly outline your expectations for the students prior to lessons. Provide specific feedback regarding your expectations during the lessons of the student. Provide organized and consistent feedback. This might be a behavior chart. Oftentimes I found that I might ask students to, first of all, I might fill in their behaviors. If I give them a 3 for excellent behaviors, a 2 for appropriate but could do better, and a 1 needs improvement, I might rate the students the first couple of weeks. After that, the students and I might rate their behavior together once I've shown them what examples of 3 behavior looks like, 2 behaviors, and 1 behaviors. Eventually, with the goal in mind for the students to monitor their own behaviors by rating themselves as a 3, 2, or a 1. This might include a daily check-in with an adult. It might be yourself. It might be another trusted adult in the building. You're always hoping to encourage and teach students to self-monitor, especially during instruction. Think about preventing behaviors, and you can see some similarities between preventing behaviors and during instruction. Consistent interventions. If your goal is to increase or decrease behaviors, you might give specific and timely verbal or nonverbal praise and physical cues. You might praise the student to another adult, to a parent, a teacher, or an aide, possibly doing so where the student could overhear you. Maybe asking that teacher or aide to approach the student and let them know that you are going on and on about their great behaviors. You might have incentives to reinforce behaviors. This might be additional free time. This might be reading to a younger student. You might allow the student to take a break from the class. Make sure the break is structured and the student knows exactly what to do. There might be a loss of privileges. There might be verbal, non-emotional, firm, and specific feedback. So redirecting the student, making sure that you are fully regulated before you interact with the student. You might have a discussion about how the student's behaviors are impacting others. For more tips, subscribe for free PD here. If you would like more customized professional development, perhaps on picking SEL strategies and interventions, you might inquire here. We hope that you'll think carefully about the interventions that you're putting into place, why you're choosing the interventions that you are, and if they will get you the desired results that you are looking for. Thank you for all you do for our students in our community.